Mac Buckley here with the UCCS Athletic Network. Here we have head coach Lynn Plett of the women's basketball team. Coach just came off a big victory, beating Chadron State at home 90-49, being that final score. Reflecting on the weekend, I know you just finished the game, but 2-0, looking at those results, how much does that mean with this last home weekend here?
It's always good, is to finish, we're really well at home, especially when it's a senior night and there's some family members that maybe couldn't make it in the past and they're here for the girls. So it's really, I don't know. I think you're going to get a better answer when you talk to some of the seniors about that, but it's a special night when that happens. I think we were a little bit tight to begin with, and that might be part of it. But then we loosened up and really got after it in the second half, so that was good.
And Coach, last night was your season high 88. It seemed like those seniors just had to, one-up themselves with their senior night here at Gallagher Event Center. Seeing that offense just take off in that fourth quarter, was there anything different that you set forth as far as set in motion for the girls out there?
Not really. I mean, it wasn't, honestly, I think that first half, to tell you the truth, I think of the seniors, Jen was the one that was really on fire and really was setting the tone as far as the energy on the court. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of other people jumping on that bandwagon as well as we wanted to in the first half. But then the second half, I think we wore them down a little bit, but then we got some more confidence and really a 54-17 in the second half as a score. So that's really a pat on the back for the girls on the second half to be able to come out and get that way. So it just makes a few more gray hairs for me when it's got kind of a game, but it's really fulfilling when you see seniors have a really good night and really enjoy their last night. Not hopefully not the last night in their gym, but the last night of the regular season game at home.
And talk about that intensity, really fast break. It looked like you continued with that fast tempo and getting, just 1, 2, 3 passes, and then under the glass, it seemed like that Chadron State Eagles were also able to find some success with that fast break. What was the idea to just continue that fast break, and how were you able to continue to find that success getting to the boards?
Well, the first half was basically exchanging baskets. Yeah. They make a 3, we make a 3. They make another 3, we make another 3, and we didn't really take advantage of the speed and the endurance I think that we have and the depth that we have, and I think that caught up with them a little bit too. I think when we really start getting up and down the floor and really get some defensive stops, which we didn't in the first half consistently, then I think we can really get up and down the floor, and then when you get some help from the bench and some other people keep the pace going, again, especially if we're playing a team that doesn't have a lot of depth, I think what happened a little bit tonight is we wore them out, and then they get tired and they're not making threes as well as they did in the first half.
And we've talked about that depth. We've talked about it being a little bit different than the other teams you've coached tonight. Just reflecting, Chadron State had 21 turnovers. Your team had 11 steals. That defensive aggressiveness really just paying off itself, getting the win tonight. Coach, how much does that help? I mean, we've seen that defense and we continue to talk about it, but just seeing that it is just a change of pacing as far as taking that defense, stepping up, making a steal, and then racing down the court. They're able to get a basket right away. How much does that really ignite as far as spark up the team overall?
Yeah, it always helps. I mean, making baskets obviously helps as far as that goes. But when you can combine getting a quick rebound and getting up the court, and when you start really breaking away and you start getting layups, and like the couple of times when we threw the ball long and we got some easy layups and stuff, it just really builds that momentum, and it really makes everybody's countenance gets lifted up, and they're smiling a little bit more, and they're just playing with a lot more confidence. So it's always helpful to get some plays like that, and especially if you can get them on the defensive end and then finish it like we did tonight in the second half on the other side of the offensive end. Then you kind of get that train rolling, and it's pretty hard to stop. And then 54 points is pretty good in the second half for us, so I was real pleased with that.
Well, Coach, just talking about that train rolling, last question for you. Just taking a look, talking about that deep roster that you had, seeing how every player was able to add points in some way, shape, or form tonight. Some player on the weekend was able to add points in either last night's game or tonight's game. Seeing how it looked like, the Mountain Lions really had a lot of passion, a lot of determination out there. How will you carry this momentum over from home and continue this win streak on the road next weekend?
If I knew that, I'd be well off. But it's really, I think it's just more important for the girls the players to really be, focused on what they're doing, and I think they're getting that way. Again, we had we took a couple of steps backwards in the first half, but for them to be able to come out the second half and take 3 solid steps forward and really aggressively come back out, I'm becoming more and more confident that we're going to be able to continue that on a more consistent basis down the stretch when it's most important this year.
Well, there you have it from head coach Lynn Plett of the women's basketball team. Mac Buckley here with the UCCS Athletic Network. Thank you so much, Coach, and congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Mac.